Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. So recently AMZScout actually reached out to me to ask if I could do a little demo of their product research software and show you guys how to find products using their tools. So I said yes, I'd be happy to, as long as I could give like real opinions about how the program worked and also kind of do things my way, right? I didn't want it to be like this is the best software on the planet kind of thing and like a high pressure sale. I just wanted to maybe make a video casually using the software and really just see how it goes. And they were cool with that. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to walk you through how I find products to sell on Amazon. And we're going to use their tools. And so from this video, you're going to learn two main things. Number one, how to find a smash hit product that's going to sell for months and months and months and months and months, maybe even years. And number two, the best way, in my opinion, to use AMZScout's software to actually do that. So to kick off, what we're going to talk about first is how I research products to sell on Amazon. When I'm looking for products on Amazon, I use the Smash Hit Product Radar. Now, this is a tool that I've developed after years of analyzing products on Amazon that just work, whether it's my own products that I launched and they've done really well, or products that are already on the marketplace, or clients' products that I've seen work really well. So let's break down exactly how it works. So there's four main elements, okay? Four things you need to find in a smash hit product. And then if you check these boxes, then you know that your product is going to sell really well. So let's go through what they are. So number one, your product should always have high demand. High demand. Now this one is kind of obvious, I guess, to most people. But to some, it might not be too obvious. So really what we want to do when we're selling on Amazon, or really starting any new business, is go where the money is, right? I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there who've always dreamt of being like an inventor and inventing that shiny new product that no one's ever seen before, maybe owning the patent for that product and becoming a millionaire through doing that. And you know what? This method can work, right? You could invent something brand new that the marketplace has never seen, and it ends up being something we didn't know we needed, right? You sold something that we just didn't know was going to be a smash hit, and this does happen. The only issue with that, though, is that the chances of that happening are extremely low. It's kind of like entering a lottery. And what you'll find is a lot of inventors who are trying to create brand new products, they'll be trying for decades before they even find something that sells relatively well. So if you want to build an income faster and get some money coming in sooner, then it's better to just find out what people are already buying, right? What they're already spending their money on, and sell something in that niche. Right, so this is what high demand is about, just making sure people are already buying the thing that you want to sell. That's the first element. Second element is low competition. So what is low competition? Well, we definitely want there to be some competition in a niche, right? Because if there are competitors, if there are other people selling the product, they are our proof that this thing is going to sell, right? Competitors give you evidence that your product has demand, right? If there's no one selling it, then how do we know whether it's going to sell or not, right? So we do want some competition, right? In fact, you never want to look for a niche that has zero competition. But at the same time, we don't want to enter into a niche that's so cutthroat, so dominated by massive brands that you're never going to have a chance to compete in there. So when I say low competition, what we really mean is we want room in that niche to stand out with our product, have a chance to actually stand out and be able to compete with the other sellers. So for me, I look for niches that have no more than 5 sellers with 500 reviews or more. That's the criteria I use. So if there's 5 or less sellers in the niche with 500 reviews or more, then I'd say we can compete and we can sell our product in that niche. The third element is low hassle. Low hassle. So we want a product that sells really well, where we have a chance to stand out and there isn't too much competition. But also, we don't want a product that's going to take up loads of our time and loads of our energy. If you start importing electronics, they might sell really well. In fact, they might have really high demand and really low competition, and that could be great. But what you'll find is electronics are a very high hassle niche. Right? It's crazy. The amount of returns you're going to get is unbelievable. The amount of products that break, like the quality control you have to do, the amount of testing that has to go into making sure the circuitry is safe and they meet all the regulations for your country. Like it's crazy, right? So I would recommend finding a product that's easy to purchase from a supplier, easy to ship, doesn't break in shipping, easy to deliver to the customer, and easy for the customer to use. So at all points along the process of making the sale, there isn't going to be too much that goes wrong. Okay? And this saves you time and it saves you energy. And the more time and energy you have, the faster you can launch more products and keep growing your business, right? So on to element number 4. So element number 4 is a gap in the marketplace. Gap in the marketplace. Right, so let's say we found a niche with high demand, low competition, and it's not too much hassle. Great. We have a niche where there could be opportunity, but the question is, are there things that need to be improved with the products inside the niche? Now, whenever you sell a product and bring a new product to marketplace, really the main aim you should have is to add value, right? To do something better than everybody else. Like whenever you see a new company absolutely skyrocket in progress and really move forward, the reason why, because they just do something better. Right? If you look at Amazon themselves as a company, the reason why Amazon have taken over the world is because they do e-commerce better than anyone else. Right? They've added value to the e-commerce industry. This is why everyone buys from Amazon, by default. So within your niche, you have to do something a little bit better than all the other sellers. And we want to make sure there's an opportunity for that to happen. All right, so this is the Smash Hit Product Radar. This is an overview, like a bird's eye view of what we're looking for when we're looking for a niche. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to apply all these elements in the Smash Hit Product Radar to the AMZScout software, and we're going to try and use it to find products that meet all of this criteria. Okay, so I'm inside the AMZScout web app. Okay, and this is a tool you can use to scrape a load of data from the Amazon website, right? Pull up all the products that are selling on there, or at least a large portion of them. And you can use certain filters to only display products that would probably fit within your criteria. All right, so these web apps, you've probably seen a lot of them, like lots of companies offer a web app. They can actually be very helpful when you're looking for products. Now, one thing I will say is it's not like a magic bullet. You can't just click a button and instantly find a smash hit product that is going to make you loads of money, right? No tool out there is ever going to do that for you. It doesn't matter how amazing it is. All right, the thing that makes a product successful is the business owner and the business owner's mind and skill set. So really the real question is, how do we use this tool effectively to find the right type of product? So let's dive in and I'll show you exactly how to find products that meet the criteria of the radar using the tool. All right, so first thing I've done is actually before that, select the right marketplace, right? So for me, I want to find products in the UK, okay? But as you can see, they've got plenty of marketplaces, so you can choose whatever place you want to sell on. We're going to look at UK products right now. Okay, and the first thing I do once I've done that is I choose categories that I'd like to sell within. So really what we're talking about with categories mainly is products that are low hassle. This is what we're talking about with categories, right? There are certain categories where no matter what you do, the products are going to be high hassle. Like for me at least, groceries, beauty, electronics, toys and games, these are all categories where pretty much all the products are going to be too high hassle for me personally. Right now, if you want to start a beauty brand, you can, but you just have to be, comfortable with the extra hassle you're going to have to deal with to make that happen, meeting regulations and stuff like that. Anyway, once you're aware of what categories you want to sell within, you can just check them off here, okay? And for me, like if you don't know, just copy mine. So I use home and garden, home and kitchen, pet supplies, baby products, and stationery and office supplies, okay? It's all stuff that's very basic, small, light products, easy to import, not too complicated in general, okay? So you can hit apply once you've selected your categories. I've already done that. I actually skip the keywords when I'm looking for products with a web app because usually I want to see as many different products as possible. But if you have any keywords, that must be included, you can enter them there. In terms of price, I usually try and filter products that are at least £20 or higher, because then it pulls up products that you'll probably make a decent profit with. Reviews, like I said before, we want categories where there aren't too many sellers with more than 500 reviews. So I've put a range here from 0 to 500, and it's just going to pull up products that have less than 500 reviews on them. Okay. Then if you pull up more filters, in the estimated revenue, you can put 3,000 to 10,000. Okay, and it will be obviously the currency that applies to your region. So for me, it's pounds, right? So what we're talking about here is the high demand part of the equation. Okay, I generally look for niches that have at least 3 sellers with £3,000 a month or more in revenue. So by doing £3,000 to £10,000, that gives you quite a good range of products that there's decent levels of demand. And by the way, the review ranges that we put in here will help us find products that are likely to have low competition. Okay, so what we've done now is basically we've filtered the search results for products that are selling on Amazon that should meet most of our criteria in the radar. Right, so this is how web apps can actually save you time. They can filter the results and give you a load of products that at least somewhat fill your criteria, and it can be helpful because it's like another way of looking at the search results on Amazon. Like quite often when I'm just doing manual research, what I do is just type random characters into Amazon and look through the search results, and that can be an effective way of finding products, but it actually gets quite boring. So it's nice to switch it up, and this is when a web app can come in handy. So we've put in our filters, so let's have a look through some of the products, see if we can find anything that looks good. So I'm going to scroll down, and what I'm going to look for is stuff that just checks the boxes on the radar. Okay, lots of demand, not too much hassle, and relatively low competition. All right, so in fact the first product we have here could be a fit. Right, this particular product has 120 reviews, 7k per month in revenue, and they're pretty small and pretty light. Hangers, I mean, they can't be that difficult to import, right? It's just a little pack of plastic and metal hangers here. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is click on the listing, which will open up in a new tab. Okay, and as you can see, this is the listing, the public listing on Amazon that customers will see. So you can see a little bit of information about the product on here, which is relevant to our radar. For example, the price, right, tells us how profitable it will be. If you scroll down to technical details, you can see dimensions, and the size and weight can give you an idea of how much hassle it's going to be to sell this product. 4.6 kilograms is relatively heavy. Like I usually aim for under a kilogram for each product. However, if something's going to be very profitable, I can actually deal with a slightly heavier product. So that's maybe on the maybe pile for now in terms of low hassle, but it's worth considering this product anyway. So yeah, once I've had a little look at the listing that gets pulled up here, next what I do is I open up a new tab, just go to amazon.co.uk, and then type in the general search term for the product that we're looking at here. Okay, so these are velvet coat hangers, right? This is what they are. Okay, so I assume they have a soft texture on the actual hanger part. So if we just type in velvet coat hangers into Amazon and just search for that, what will happen is we'll pull up all the products that a customer would see if they were looking for these hangers, right? So these are all the products that if I wanted to buy hangers, velvet hangers, this is what I would see. Then to analyze the niche overall, we can actually use the AMZScout extension to have a look at the data, right? Now a couple words on this extension. So I've used other extensions. I've used the Jungle Scout one and some others. One thing I've noticed about this, which I do quite like, is the fact that it has more data available. And it's also very customizable. So you've got quite a lot of columns here that pop up. In fact, I'll show you those in a second. By default, whenever you open a niche, this window pops up, okay, which gives you the score for the niche, okay? So the thing I like about AMZScout's score is the fact that they break down the reasons why they've given you the score, right? So they talk about the levels of demand here, okay, the prices, the demand, and also the levels of competition, right? And they talk about the different things they take into account when they're thinking about the levels of competition. All right, so as you can see, reviews, numbers, that's a good thing to consider. Review ratings, the quality of the listings, right? The number of sellers, like the big brands selling, right? And they use all of this data to come up with a score. Now, historically, I don't always listen to the scores that software apps give you, right? I take them into account and they can give you some interesting information, but generally I would do my own analysis as well, just to make sure that the software hasn't missed anything, right? So let's look at the data they've given us, and we can do a bit of analysis. Now, yeah, I like the filters that they give you and the data they give you here. They've actually got a lot of information on the extension. Things like FBA fees, actually very useful. And yeah, and you can customize the different columns you have here as well, which is pretty useful. Another thing I like is the niche history, right? You can actually see the sales for the niche over a period of time. So yeah, if you want to maybe figure out whether a product is seasonal or not, you can actually just look at the rank of the product, or maybe just the sales of the product, and you can see the pattern over a period of time. Like right now we have data all the way back to 2019, and we can see there's dips at certain times, there's peaks at certain times of the year, but there doesn't seem to be like a pattern that means the product is very seasonal, like it doesn't just sell at Christmas time or something. So that can be kind of useful when you're having a look. So yeah, one of the first things I do when I'm looking at any extension is I sort the results by revenue, right? I want to see really how many sellers are absolutely crushing it, right? And as you can see, there's plenty of sellers doing really well, way more than 3 sellers making more than 3K per month, right? So that's a very, very, very good sign. So that's the first thing I look at. Next thing you can do is have a look at the number of reviews. So you can sort by reviews. Now, as you can see, there's quite a few sellers here that have more than 500 reviews, right? In fact, there's loads. So I would say this niche has got way too much competition. All right. See, there's tons of them. So yeah, this wouldn't be a product that I'd want to sell, because I'd think that it'd be hard to compete with so many sellers that are just very, very, very well established. So to find products that would meet the criteria, all I do is just repeat this process with the search results that you get from the web app until you find something that's more suitable. So I'm going to skip things like this bench, right? This is probably too big. It's a bench pad, so it's this huge cushion. I'd say that's probably too much hassle. So we've got a rug here, microfiber rug. Maybe we could check this one out as well. Having a quick look at the listing. This one's similar kind of weight, relatively big. Either way, we can pull up the general niche with the search term on Amazon, hit the extension button, and just have a look at the results, see what data comes up. So again, what I usually do first is sort by estimated revenue, and what we're doing here again is analyzing the demand, right, first. So this niche has apparently got a better score, so 7 out of 10, which is a good sign. So let's do a quick deep dive. So yeah, we can see there's plenty of sellers with more than 3K a month in sales, right? So there's definitely high demand for this product. But again, the levels of reviews are way too high. Right, because what's happened with the web app is we've only pulled up one result of a product that has less than 500 reviews. Within the overall niche, there's going to be loads of other sellers that have more, right? So we really need to have a look and double check the whole niche. So I'm going to go down, do a few more of these, and we'll see if we can find something that meets the criteria. Okay, so after about 5 minutes or so of searching, I found something which actually could be an amazing fit. So as I said just now, right, this is not a magic bullet. No software is going to find you a product instantly. You still have to put in some work. However, I mean, I've never seen this niche before, and I've analyzed a lot of niches. So the software helped me find something quite unique. And yeah, it was relatively easy, right? It sorted the results in a different way to help me find this product a little faster. So it's definitely useful. Anyway, the niche is shipping cardboard boxes, right? So when you want to ship something to someone, this is like the box you would put it in before posting it off. So according to AMZScout, they're doing £17,000 a month in sales, right? In fact, one thing I did tweak while searching is I increased the estimated revenue to give us more results. That just helped us look at more products, really. So yeah, this is doing 17K a month, and the reviews are very low. So whenever you see this, a product very, very high demand and very, very low levels of competition and low reviews, it's an extremely good sign, right? Usually I had a feeling this niche was going to be quite good, because if there's one product like that, it means there should be more. So I opened up the listing. It looks good, very good price point. $37.50 is a very, very, very good price point for the product. Then I opened the niche by typing in shipping cardboard boxes, and we've got all kinds of different boxes. If it was me, I would rather sell the small ones rather than the massive ones, because again, they're low hassle, right? And then, yeah, open up the extension and we can analyze the demand and also the competition of the overall niche. So right now we need at least 3 sellers with 3K a month or more in revenue. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sellers with more than 3K a month, and the number one bestseller is doing £28,000 a month in sales. Okay, so lots of potential to make money here. And then in terms of reviews, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 established sellers with 500 reviews or more, which is fine. We want 5 or less with the criteria I go by. So this is a niche that I would definitely consider, right? And you know, I used AMZScout to find this one, and there's loads more niches out there like this. So the key is really to see this process, you know, as phase 1 of the product research journey, right? Phase 1 of landing on a product that you want to sell. And what I would do is rather than trying to find a product that you're definitely going to sell while you're doing this, instead of doing that, what I would do is just add this product to a database of products, right? And build that database as big as you possibly can. Then look through all the products you find and choose your favorite. Like, I would find at least minimum 20 products just like this that meet the criteria. You know, maybe be a bit loose with it. So, you know, if it's just outside the criteria, then that's okay. You know, if there's 2 sellers doing 3K or more, that's okay. If there's 6 established sellers with more than 500 reviews, that's okay. You know, and anything you find that's slightly close to the criteria, add it to your database. So I'm going to grab this URL, press copy, and I'm going to go over to a database of products that I found recently. Okay, so this is a very small database. In fact, I found all of these products in a very quick session that I did on a coaching call earlier on this week. So I'm going to add this product to the list. Okay, and what you want to do is just build out your database and just keep adding to it. And really, the more products you have on there, the higher chances you'll find something that you really want to sell. In fact, one thing that I would recommend is, once you're comfortable with using this software and you understand how to start building your database, what you can do is you can actually hire a virtual assistant to do this work for you. And this takes really automation to a whole other level. Like, the software is doing part of the work for you. You can get an assistant to do the rest. So what I do is I have a virtual assistant researching products for me round the clock. Right? They work like 8 hours a day, constantly just adding products to my database. They add a few products every day, and we've got like more than 3,000 products, you know, listed on the database. And so whenever I need to launch something, I have a look through the database, cherry pick out my favorite products, shortlist them, and then I go through the shortlist and pick the one that I'm gonna launch. So that's a really great way to actually start organizing the products you find and deciding which one to go with. So hope this was helpful. If you're interested in grabbing you know, AMZScout, you can use the link in the description below. And what you'll see is, the thing I really like about their offer is that you can actually get a free trial, right? Which is really cool. So use the link in the description. I think I have a special offer for you. So click that link, go check out the options that they have. I think you can get a free trial, and then just give it a shot. Go try find some products, follow through the steps I did today, and yeah, hopefully you can find a smash hit product to sell on your Amazon account. All right, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch up very soon.